Hey guys, what's up? It's the King of Kpop here with a topic I want to talk about. Earlier this year, I made a video about around March, talking about could the year 2012 be the best year of K-pop. What made me pose this question was because from January to March of 2012 this year, I just seen like the music scene in K-pop was just really good. The comebacks from Big Bang and SHINee and Shinhwa. To the impressive rookies like b.a.p and EXO, it really made me pose that question. The way the year started off with K-pop, it just felt different. It felt big. It felt special, and that's why I had posed that question early. And so now that 2012 is coming to a close within a few weeks, and I've heard every song, seen every debut, video, return, comeback, and whatnot, I can now justifiably say 2012 has been the best year of K-pop to me. I've grown up listening to K-pop from '99 to present, and there's been a few years to me that have stood out the most. To me, those years being 2003, 2006, 2008, and 2009. Comparing 2012 to those years, I think 2012 blows the year 2008 and 9 out of the water, and I will put on par with 2003 and 6, just based on consistency. Basically, in the K-pop music scene, there's always a cool-off period and a hot period. Normally, the hot period always starts off in the beginning of the year. It kind of cools off a little bit, but momentum picks back up during the summer. And then fall and winter is a bit of a mixed bag at times, or sometimes it's just completely flat in the music scene of K-pop throughout fall and winter, and the momentum just picks back up again going into the new year. The year 2012 has been consistent on every level, from the beginning to closing, pretty much ending. 2012, the momentum has not slowed down. I mean, everything has been good, and that's why I compared this year to 2003 and 6, because those years, it was the same thing. And, to have a one full year of just consistent momentum and not slowing down, where everything is just pretty much just golden in K-pop, it comes once every so often. And so, like I said, the last time we had something like this was in 2006. That was 6 years ago. So that goes to show you just how stuff like this happens every blue moon. This year, to me, I thought everyone brought their A game, and I say everyone, I mean everyone. Not only the big companies and their stars, but even some of the smaller companies and their groups, I thought brought their A game. I mean, smaller groups from companies like b.a.4, Sistar, Infinite, Team Top, what's some other ones here? B2ST, Beast, everyone I thought, just Secret, After School, I thought everyone brought their A game, from in terms of the small company references. The boy bands this year I thought have been really strong. I haven't seen such a strong year for the boys since maybe 2010-ish. Well, not 10-ish, more like 2008. But I haven't seen such a strong group of boy bands this year. A year where I like all the boy bands we've had this year. There have been a few boy bands that stood out more than others, but I've enjoyed every boy band that's come out this year, like b.a.p, EXO, Big Star, Tasty, Ajax, New East, Born to Beat, 100%. JJ Project. I've enjoyed them all, and even the female groups. I think for what we got, even though it was more geared towards the boys this year, I thought the candidate females we got, I thought were pretty impressive, like Evo and She's and Ailey and Lehigh and 15AN and AOA, to name a few. I thought were really impressive and did some good music. I thought the crop of rookies were just really good. And in my opinion, some of the songs that the rookies came out with this year, I would put that have been so good in quality and so catchy, I would put on par with some of the songs from some of the more experienced artists. I think in terms of just how good the song, just how good the music was, I put on par. The rookies have just been that good this year to me and strong. The comebacks we've had this year have been just great. I mean, from got to see some old school guys like Shinhwa, the longest running boy band or male group in history, 15 years strong. They made an epic return and comeback. Epic High made their epic return and comeback. From that to even groups that necessarily didn't do too well last year or a couple of years before came back this year and were just amazing. Dalmatian, they were gone for a year and a half. I thought they were washed up. They were gone. They did a complete repackage, retooling, and their look, a new member, a new sound to their music, and they did phenomenal this year. My Name, a boy band that debuted last year, which I thought was unrightfully overlooked. They came back this year. They upped their game, and they became very popular. Now they're being explosive in Japan. It's ridiculous. But even in Korea, they've done well on the charts with their song. So I mean, everything has just been really good this year. I mean, if I was to make a list of songs I didn't like, it'd probably be a list of 5 songs that I probably didn't like this year. We've had lots of big surprises this year. This year was the year for Sistar. This is their breakout year, where now they're coming to their own, and they're now kind of made their name and placed themselves as one of the forerunners or heavy hitters in K-pop now. They made a name for themselves this year. TTS, that was a big, huge surprise. No one ever thought, a subunit would work with Sonishide. The thing with Sonishide is, 9 or 1, and, if you don't have all 9, then it's not going to work. But it worked, and, it was successful. So that was a big shocker and with some buzz. From that to Psy's Gangnam Style. No one ever thought that Gangnam Style would be the huge international juggernaut that it is today. Being the most watched video in YouTube history and about to get ready to break a Guinness World Record for reaching 1 billion views in history. It's the most watched video in history, 1 billion views. So it's about to break a Guinness World Record for that. So I mean, just a lot of things this year has just been really impressive. One of the things that really also kind of makes it really impressive too this year is that we didn't have any girls' generation. We've had every artist from SM, from FX and Shiny and Double Shigi and Boa and Super Junior. We've had everyone from SM promote this year except Sonishide. TTS doesn't really count too much. Let's take it or leave it with that. But as a group, as a whole, collectively, they didn't promote this year. And this was a good year, and there was no Sonishide. And because there was no Sonishide this year, it kind of didn't really miss them. Having them feeling the need, they need to come back this year, because this year just been so strong, and the music has just been so good, and the concepts we've had sexy concepts, cute concepts, tough, rough-looking images, and we've had so many different concepts this year and everything else. It kind of felt like we don't need Sonishide this year. It's not necessary, because it's just been so good. So let me know what you guys think about the year 2012 and the K-pop scene for this year. Do you think it was a bit of a mixed bag for you? Do you think it's one of the best years you've seen in K-pop, or not? To me, it stands out as one of the top 3 best years of K-pop for me, hands down. I love to hear you guys reply. Love to see your response video. Subscribe. Peace.